Hey everybody, it's Donna here and happy September. I'm talking a little bit lower because I have a foster dog who's senior in the next room and she's not having a good health day. So I'm trying to get her to sleep. So we're all a little more relaxed because she's very vocal when she's not feeling good. Okay, so September is going to be, if you listen to any astrologers, they all are really talking about September being kind of a lot of stuff coming up month. Some are a little more negative about it. Some are just talking about the alignments of the planets. Overall, it's going to be a time of, choosing your emotion and being in the state of surrender or the state of fighting to keep something the way it was when everything with coronavirus has changed a lot of things. I just did a festival this weekend and primarily all the people that I saw this weekend had a lot of similarities of new beginnings. And when new beginnings happen, there's some things that have to end. So whether it's relationships, you're changing jobs, you want to, you're really just miserable at your job and it's gotten more miserable with coronavirus, or you just want to change careers or do something different or add in a side job, this is kind of that time. And sometimes it's a little uncomfortable before it gets smoother again. So that's something that you're just going to have to deal with if you want to see the change and see the benefits of it. There's not any time in my life that I haven't had chaos and confusion and scarcity and things that kind of come up, but then they're over pretty quick if you can just kind of let yourself relax into it. So the cards I got I'm going to put my glasses on. The cards I got are Rescue, Sad Embrace, that's Rescue. Hopefully you can see that, it's so pretty. Sad Embrace, this sounds like sad, I know. And Solitude. So when I first pulled these cards, I was kind of nervous because I was like, let me go back and when I have time, kind of go through everything. And just to make sure, it was saying something positive because I want to stay in a positive vibe, always. And it's a positive vibe. So rescue is all about you are always safe and secure, ask for help if you need it, connect to yourself and your highest good, and things will be more clear. So this is really interesting because I had this happen to me this weekend myself, and I had something that just wasn't making sense, and it was something physical, and I'm a very healthy person, so I'm like, I don't know what this is. And I asked a million people instead of going inward and really just checking in with my own body and kind of trying to, the hummingbird's back. And I have no food. This is the second time this has happened, this poor bird. Anyway, I've had food and then he doesn't show up. And then every time I do a video that I'm facing the hummingbird feeder, he shows up and there's no food. The ants, I think, are eating it. But anyway, this is about, so instead of asking myself, I started asking all these people. And of course, you ask 5 people, it's 5 different opinions. And then I just got really upset because I was like, I feel even more lost than when I began. And then when I took the time and I meditated a couple of times and I just got everyone else's opinion out of my head, and I came to a conclusion. And so, the healing has to do with me and things that I would even tell a client. But I am going to see some other people, but those are compliments to the work I need to do myself, right? Because I always think that anything physical, it can also be emotional, but it's also just keeping your body and your vessel in a good state of happiness. So that's kind of what this is. It's like, you're not gonna, I didn't feel safe and secure until I went back into myself and said, hey, like, what makes sense? Have I changed my diet? Have I changed my workout? Yes and yes. Coronavirus, I've worked out differently or not enough. And I've been, maybe emotionally eating with coronavirus, eating things I don't normally eat, like something that has sugar in it. And, change those first, and I think yoga heals everything. Have I been doing enough yoga? Probably not. So, the answers were within me, even though I am going to look to professionals that I totally trust to do some other kind of energy work. That's where I went. I went back inward, and that made me feel secure and safe because that made so much more sense. And I instantly felt better. The issues I was having slowly are going away within 2 days. So It's kind of one of those things. So ask yourself first, go back into yourself, shut off the noise, and see what's going on, because your higher self is within yourself, right? So then sad embrace is about grieving. So it's about loss. So I have a couple of friends, and I had a bunch of people this weekend that came to the festival that are going through divorce or thinking about divorce. And, it can be really hard because they may not, it's still sad. Even if it's time for the divorce, and even if it's time for the person to get out of your life, it's still a breakup. It's still an ending of something. They say like death and divorce have the same curve of emotions. And it's okay to grieve the relationship. It's okay to grieve the person you married that was probably very different than the person you're divorcing. And sometimes they change during the divorce, and that's okay. But it's, you don't have to, I think people get so stuck on like, we're divorcing, I don't still have feelings for them. And it's okay to still have feelings. And I think that love stays love, but your time together, your journey together in this lifetime has changed. Your energies have split and you're going different ways. And this was many people, even the people who were, sitting across from me telling me, every reason to get divorced. That we just made complete sense. They were over it. The husband was over it. It's time. It's time to end it. And, sometimes misery can feel comfortable. So it's whether that's a job or a relationship, there's going to be some type of loss. But with thinking about the rescue, there's a new beginning. There's something else coming out of it. Every ending has a new beginning. And even if it's not a person yet, but it's just the freedom that you have without the problems and struggles you had in putting your energy into something that wasn't going anywhere. Now that energy can be used for something else. It's like anything in life. So the energy you're putting into a relationship, the relationship is dead, or not going to go any further than it's gone. It's just declining. That energy can be used for greater things. Okay? And then solitude is about taking a break, taking time from all the stresses, letting space come into the middle, meditate, be in your own company. So I always use the example, if you've watched my videos, I've used this example because I use it all the time because it was so many years in Catholic schooling. I remember the nuns not letting you dance close, and they would say, push you apart and let you say, let the Holy Spirit dance between you. And I kind of think of that as this card. It's like, sometimes when you're trying so hard for something, it's like they say, if you're thinking so hard about something, do something else, and then the thought may come in because you're just giving yourself a break on it. And I think that happens with life. Take a break on the relationships. Take a break on trying to figure everything out right now. Everything is forming into new things right now. So coronavirus has shifted every way that everybody works, every single business, every business. So nothing is in form yet. It's never probably going to go back to the way it was. It's going to be very different. More companies are talking about having only remote employees and not renting buildings. And so it's going to shift a lot. It's going to shift real estate. It's going to shift, interior designers. And, this feng shui designer I was talking to this weekend, I'm like, this is perfect for you. Go in on that. Like, help people design their offices at home, and this is going to be a different time. We've never experienced this, and the outcome is going to be very different. And we don't know how long this virus is going to stay around, and it has a lot to do with keeping up with the protocols. And, this is free will. So people are either not wearing masks or not, social distancing, and it's going to last a little bit longer. It's just that simple. So, we don't know what it looks like at the end because we've never been here. So you can't control that. All you can control is being positive and going back to yourself. It's another version of going back to yourself. The solitude isn't sad. When you first see the card, it's like there's almost a sadness about it, but it's not sad. It's about, are you nurturing yourself? Are you using all of root chakra? Are you getting enough water? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating the right foods? These are all things I did this weekend to think about. These are the top qualities. Like coronavirus, my sleep's completely messed up. The days are still kind of a little crazy. I'm not working out the same way I used to. I'm eating totally different foods. And, you know, and I'm not really a sugar person, so that's what's like extra weird. But maybe you're doing the same thing. So it doesn't mean that's forever. It doesn't mean, you know, we just all got in this pattern. And I know a lot of people have similar things of what I'm going through, so that's why I'm saying that. But whatever your thing is, whatever has transpired over the last few months, this whole year, really, you know, that doesn't mean it's permanent. Like, now start working with, what can I do now? You know, what can I start doing? Where can I change my diet to be better? Can I take out the sugars, the carbs, the gluten, the corn, you know, the peanuts? Peanut butter is amazing, but peanuts are not that great for you. Soy is not always great for your body. So what are some things that you can kind of eliminate? Paying attention to what makes you tired, paying attention to what makes you, you know, drag on for the rest of the day or makes you have spikes. We don't want that. We want your insulin to be consistent through the day. Maybe it's having a workout at home. So whatever it is, this reading for this month, so this is for September, it's about being okay with things that fall away, being okay with things that end. Go inside yourself for the answers. Go inside yourself to feel secure, because everything else is going to make you feel insecure, because everything is still shifting and changing. And everyone is going through this. So the person that's usually your rock, or the person you go to, they're going through it too. So they may not be able to have the same stability they've always had for you. Or maybe you are someone's rock and you have to say, I need to just work on me for now. I need to not be your rock, not be your net. It doesn't mean I'm not here for you. I just need a minute to myself to just kind of recollect myself. And that's fair. You're not doing this forever. You're not shutting people off for the rest of your life. Take the month of September. It's the harvesting time. It's, you know, we have the full moon tomorrow, and it's about, you know, gathering up for the winter, getting ready. So take this month to allow yourself to go inward when you want to. Look for the answers inward. Work on, how are you nurturing yourself? How are you not nurturing yourself? How have you not been nurturing yourself for the 8 months that we've been in coronavirus, or whatever, 6 months, 8 months, and work on those things. I feel like this is going to be one of those months that, you know, help you, if you can get in alignment with yourself, help you down the next few months, and you grow an enormous rate and get amazing things coming out of it. It doesn't have to be doom and gloom. It doesn't. It can be really amazing and really beautiful, and you just have to believe that there is still amazing things out there for you that will happen to you. If you don't believe if you can't get yourself to believe amazing things will happen, you're never going to get there. So even in a time of loss, even for relationships ending, jobs changing, even if you're moving, whatever it is, just be confident that it's happening for a reason. It's happening for your better good. There's something better coming down the road. You're going to be more free, more happy, and be very gentle with yourself this whole month. So I hope that's helpful. And if you do listen to other people who are doom and gloom, other astrologers or other readers or even friends, just try to go back to these messages about it's all going to be okay. Just go inward, work on yourself, restart with yourself first. You know, that's the true security, and be okay with things that are changing. It's ebb and flow of life. Don't hold on to something too tightly. Give it some room and see what happens. Okay? Yay! I got through the video without the senior dog. She barked a little bit, but she stopped. I was trying to do this video upstairs, and then all my own dogs were barking, so I was like, this is really crazy. I'm going to just try to not wake up the senior dog. But she's really sweet, and, you know, who gets rid of a 12-year-old dog? So these are the reasons I foster. So foster if you can. My information will be down below. Please subscribe to my channel and get lots of videos. Tomorrow will be the full moon. I want it to be a new moon. I've said it twice already. The full moon video, and we'll have a lot for that too. So hopefully this is helpful. Have a great day. Bye.